in a single session by myself. Use your CEO one because once you go into, so always make sure that you've got the we've just sold the cocaine one, so this is, and we'll sell that. Before we sell it, first things we must make sure is we resupply it. Just saves us having to come back and resupplying it again. It isn't actually full by a lot of money is worth in there. It's because I didn't resupply it in time. Right, so I'll resupply it. There seems to be, I don't know what this is here. It's usually 75,000. Right, so how much is that worth? So 455. We'll take that. Okay. So do I need the helicopter at the moment? I'll soon find out. Use a helicopter if I need to go to the boats. And you see, every time I bring a helicopter, they seem to bring these trucks out. These are absolute rubbish, these trucks. One thing to bear in mind about these trucks, I did say it in the last stream, is that they do get stuck when you go off-road a bit with them. And when they get stuck, if you try and fight them, they overheat and then catch fire. So I always order a big vehicle like the Insurgent and basically nudge it out the way so it frees it. It's usually a, I don't know what it is, if they're rear wheel drive or something like that, but they always seem to get stuck somehow. It could be just me, it probably is just me, but for those of you that do get stuck with these vehicles, just order some. This is the fastest way to make money legit without doing any glitches. But I also think it's this way you can actually make money a little bit faster than you would if you was doing the Pacific Standard glitch with somebody. And depending on how good you are at doing the count at the end, you could actually make a lot more money than you would with the Pacific Standard. Because every so often people lose that glitch and then you end up with having to do all the setups again, which also costs you in armour and time, and no one usually can be bothered at the end of the night. So with this way, as long as you're in a single session by yourself, you shouldn't have any trouble selling the stock. I said it in the last stream, do not try and sell stock during in a session with other people. It doesn't matter how good you are at shooting, they can bring out whatever they like, tanks, hydras, buzzards or RPGs, and they can take out your stock, and you can't protect that. Like the stock back at the warehouse at the moment is just sat there and it's visible to all players that will be in this session. So with that in mind, they can just quickly sneak up, blow that up when I'm at the other end of the map. So always do it in a session on your own. And talking about that, if you are in a session on your own, it's very tempting to invite your friends in there so they can help you, or just get on with their own CEO or biker stock stuff. And what happens, I find, I've been in a single session for quite a while and no one else has jumped in. But if I invite someone in, then I find that more people start to come into the session then afterwards. It's almost like the session's been unlocked. It seems to be locked just with me at the moment. To get yourself into a single session, you've got to keep finding new session, and it can take a few times. Sometimes it can be straight away, sometimes you could do it about 10-20 times. Obviously it's possible to not get in a session by yourself. It's the risk you take by just doing that. You could be spending just more time wasting looking at loading screens. But I only use the single sessions for selling. I never bother with supplying. When I'm resupplying my warehouses, I always do it with cash. I found that this is the best method because you still have to pay charges every 45 minutes for being in the biker club. So you have to be registered as the president of the biker club while you're stealing stock, and you're being charged for this time anyway, so you're best off just buying the stock and disbanding the motorcycle company and waiting until the stock has arrived, has been turned into something you can sell. Now, one thing I've got to keep in mind here is the time. We've got 3 trucks, this being the first one. I've been given 30 minutes, so that gives me a total of obviously 10 minutes, but the 2 packages, I've still got 3 more to do. But the more you do this, you start to learn the maps. Now, I could go down that windy road there with this truck, but I know that this bit I can go down here quite easily. But be careful around this area. This is where you do get the truck stuck. And there's no armour on them, so they just blow up quite easily, or catch fire very easily. During the time I'm waiting for stock to fill up on these like the cocaine factories and things like that, I always do a little bit of CEO work and fill up my warehouses with stock. That's like a savings account sort of thing. After, I don't know, maybe a week, there's probably just about £4.5 million worth of stock ready to be sold. And I'll do that in a single session as well. But this is absolutely the quickest way to make money without, I mean, there are obviously mods and things like that you can do, but I mean, I usually do the Pacific Standard to make money, but coming up with this method that I've got, I've actually found I'm making more money doing this than I was doing a glitch with the Pacific Standard. Saying that though, the Pacific Standard is still a very good job to do, very enjoyable, and it's easy. It is an easy mission to do. But you do need 4 good players, and what I mean by good, people that don't show off. A lot of the time I will get into Pacific Standard jobs with people I don't know, and I just take whatever place I'm given, and sometimes if I am given crowd control too, you get every so often you'll get an idiot who wants to show off and show that he can actually do the run and things like that. All that does is create more problems with the police and things like that, so I don't see the point to that. It's just about earning the money. There's better missions to do than the Pacific Standard, but you do it because it earns you money. Right, so get a bike and helicopter. Order that. Oop. So this new bike here,
Hello, this is Pegasus
just going off
Lifestyle Management.
on one
How can
for a
I
minute
help?
for the.
Great. The aircraft is
I actually
waiting
think
for you
is
at our nearest airfield. We trust
it's
you'll
not
be happy,
faster,
sir.
obviously, than the drag bike, but it is. I think it's better to handle than the drag bike. It definitely looks a lot better. But I mean, to be honest, for the price, I think the drag bike wins, hands down in all areas really. For what you're paying for the drag bike, you're getting a hell of a bike. But saying that though, I mean, really, if you're talking about price, the best bike to buy is the normal Hakuchou, whatever it's called, It's basically a Hayabusa, isn't it? But that's what 80,000 with fully upgraded, 200,000 bike, and that is seriously quick bike, and handles better than probably both of these bikes. Oh, what am I going this way for? Right, so we're just going to go and pick up the next truck. Alright, I'm already eating into the 10 minutes allowed for the second bike. So really I need to hurry up. Because the only thing I find with these biker missions is you don't get quite enough time to do it by yourself. I mean, it is possible, and I do a lot by myself and complete it all, but you don't really have any room for error. If you crash or die or anything like that, that all adds up to the time. Whereas with the CEO, you can sell 2.2 million worth of stock in less than 5 minutes. It's usually either deliver 3 trucks within the city centre or 1 boat. This is always 3 vehicles to do a full warehouse. And they're usually, you have to go halfway across the map, or fully across the map, especially when you're selling to the Pacific Rim or whatever I'm selling to. Alright, so we've got 18 minutes. So one thing I do like to do with this is, I've found, never have all your warehouses ready at the same time. So they need to be staggered. It's about organising this really. So I've got it so the drug ones are all ready at once. And then, well, when the drug ones are half ready, then you stock up your counterfeit offices. And then when the drug ones are fully ready, the counterfeit ones will be half ready. So you've always pretty much got something to sell. By the time the counterfeit ones are sold, I'll be back on the first drug one, which is the cocaine. Sell the most expensive stuff first, because you don't want them to be raided. I mean, you do get raided, and as I showed in just the last stream, I got raided there, and there was nothing I could do about it. I couldn't disband the motorcycle company in time, so you had to deal with that. But that took less than 10 minutes, and I didn't lose any stock or anything with that, so that was all fine. But it's all about being prepared. Don't turn up to a gunfight, with a knife. You've got to make sure you're fully armoured, Kuruma, and you've got full health and full body armour. Okay, right, so we've got 2.5 miles to the first package to be delivered. 16.5 minutes. If you do own a Volatus helicopter, I suggest using that one, because it is faster than the Buzzard, but I wouldn't recommend buying it just for that purpose, unless of course it's back on offer again. It is quite, I bought mine on offer. I think for the price it is very expensive for what you're really getting out of it. What I would like to see in this game is a helicopter that can take an RPG. They can take them in missions, but they can't seem to take them like the Valkyrie. I think when you do the Humane Labs raid, it can take about 5 or 6 RPGs, but in free mode it can't take any. So that's something that I'd like to see on GTA, is an armoured helicopter or an armoured plane. So after this, I'll start a new stream that'll be selling the weed. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. It's the only problem with rushing this. I'm behind that vehicle now. As I was saying earlier about going off-road with these vehicles, and if they get stuck, ordering your insurgent to move them out the way. There is one other problem with that. If you are off-road and you order your insurgent, the chances are you're going to have a long walk. Like now, the insurgent probably wouldn't be delivered around here. It'd probably get delivered back at the main road. Right, so I know I've done this one before. There's just a little area up here I can sneak on, but I have to be careful. So a lot up here, because you do easily get these trucks stuck. I think it was just up here the other day I got one stuck. Yeah, it was just at this bit here. And you wouldn't have thought the truck was stuck. But for some unknown reason the wheels wouldn't move. And it just caught fire. Still in a single session, which is good. Go this way. Yeah, never try and sell stock in a session with other people. I actually got into a session where there was just 2 of us, and one of the guys said to me, I'm selling CEO stuff and I see you're a CEO. Should we just stay out of each other's way? And I agreed with him. And that was fine. And literally within about 5 minutes, someone else jumped in the session. And they were Hydra heavy. Every 5 seconds they were doing something. But I was out in the middle of, like I was now, being blown up. And that was it. You know, there was like 400,000 there, and yeah, all the stock's lost. And it's like I say, going back to those sessions, once there's 2 people in a session, then more can enter it. Right, so 11 minutes left. And I haven't even got rid of all the... I've still got 3 more packages on this truck to get rid of. The more you do these biker like stock selling missions, you start to know the routes after a while. They are set routes. There is only so many that they do. So you start to learn where you're going to suffer with moving these vehicles around. Right, 10 minutes left. This should be okay actually. I might just have enough time to do it. The only problem with this one, you do have to reverse into here. So that takes a little bit of time. Right, order the bike. Bike's ordered. Order the helicopter.
Hello, Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help you? Your beautiful new aircraft is waiting at our nearest airfield. We hope you're very happy, sir.
Why am I being so stupid? Don't know why. I'm trying to save a bit of time. I should have just stayed on the road. This one? Oh dear. There we go. Up there. While I'm going to pick up the next truck, let's talk about that new bike. The bike's not obviously as fast as the drag bike, but I think the customization and the way you can do the colours on it are really cool. I think it's probably the best looking bike, and it does handle really well. And obviously with it lighting up in the dark it looks pretty awesome, but as I've noticed, everyone's riding around with it like that and it's trying to make mine look different to everyone else's, but it isn't long before you start to see every colour scheme come round. But what I do like about the bikes is you can fill up your garage with all the top bikes and it's not going to cost you as much as it would with all the top cars. I mean, for instance, I've got that bike, the drag bike, the new Sanctus chopper that was about 2 million, the Electra. There's another bike that's like the Electra that has the energy braking system on it, which is about 600,000. So it's like all the top bikes. You can have them quite a reasonable price, really. I think the Electra was about 750,000. Where am I going? The only problem is with this helicopter, landing it's a pain and turning it. The Buzzard is such a easy helicopter to move, so you're going to get used to flying it. There we go. Oh no, oh Christ. That's me dead. No, I'm alright, thank God for that. Thought I was a definite goner then. Am I right in thinking there's only 2 trucks here? Oh, I thought I had... What am I talking about? Of course I've already sold one. 6 minutes, not good. Wasted a bit of time there. Should be able to sell a few of these, but I can't see me selling the whole lot. I don't know if anyone's tried the biker missions fully, but originally I was writing it off as being a waste of time, but if you've got 5 warehouses, it is a bit difficult to sell everything and stay on top of everything. But once you have the plan set up and alternate how you sell things and stock things, and I think you've got to do the missions a few times. Like this is one of the selling missions. Well, it's not really a mission, but it is a set route. Everyone's a set route, and you get used to those routes, and you start to see where you're going to get those problems, and it does become a lot easier over time. It's like the CEO missions. Originally I didn't like those, but I make very good money with the CEO stuff, but much more with the biker stuff. The CEO is more like a bank account sort of thing. It's good for putting packages in the warehouses while you're waiting for your stock to be turned, for your supplies to be turned into stock with the biker stuff. So that's almost like saving stuff until you need. And then I have usually 2 large warehouses that I sell, and that's 4.5 million. And in that time I get lots of offers for the special packages. You usually get about 3 or 4 of those in that time, which is about 130,000 a piece. Plus with the money that comes in from this is being really fast way to earn it. And also while I'm doing this, the stock's going up in the other warehouses. You don't have to sell them. But the thing that put me off this is the way you have to pay for your charges every 45 minutes, which is roughly about 30,000. So if you're not selling stuff, you're just, doing random like street deathmatch. Two minutes, that's not good. See me losing this truck in a minute. Ooh. Oh, this thing would have to be here right now, wouldn't it? Half a mile, not going to happen, is it? Nah, 28 seconds. Can't even see the marker. Still 2 left to go. Forget it, no problem. Now, still, that's 429. That's not bad. That's cost me 100,000. That has that 429. That was 2 deliveries, and I think there's also stock supplies still left after that. So that's a real good return there. Can't moan at that.
What can I say? We'll make do with what we got. Funds in your account. LJT is out of here.
Right, quickly disband the motorcycle company. Job done, and then I can't get any phone calls. And it looks like we've got someone in the session now. Yep, so luckily I'd got rid of my stock just in time. What's this guy want? Yep. Anyway, stock sold, thankfully. Looks like I'm going to have to put the other stock on hold for the time being. I can't sell in this session, obviously. Right, thank you.